And I got a lot of pushback. There was a lot of people that we brought together, civic leaders, business leaders from all over the state, all over the country, because they said, we're going to develop a leadership school. And they said, not everybody's a leader. But what we operate on here is that at a very minimum, you are going to lead yourself well. And preferably, on top of that, you will also have the capacity and inclination to care for others as well. So that's the premise of that leadership program. So we developed something that was called LIFE. It stands for Leadership, Finance, and Entrepreneurship. And it starts off every day. So the first class that every student takes for the 10 years that they're with us is a life course. In the first part, we go after leadership. This is emotional intelligence, social intelligence. We're really looking at how does one develop themselves in a very intentional way, which also means we're also driving a lot of awareness around how I might show up in the world and developing the skills and habits that allows me to operate through the world in a really successful way. About 15 years ago, a guy named Daniel Goleman came out and he was able to provide all of the empirical evidence that your EQ was a far greater indicator of your overall life success than your IQ. We all know this because we all have a super smart person in our lives that we will not go out to have a margarita with. That is for sure. So this essence of who you are as a human being and the skills that you develop as a human being, absolutely critical. So what we did is we aligned with Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. We've got that in place. That's the curriculum that we teach. Hopefully a lot of you have read that book. It's really talking about how do I develop a very intentional life. And so our kids will move through that curriculum every single day. In addition to the leadership curriculum, we also have a multiplicity of a growing layer of leadership opportunities for kids to lean into. And that can be as simple as you're going to go to an auditorium, a 1,000-seat auditorium, where the kids put on a production every other Friday called AMP. It's the Aspen Morning Program. The kids write, they direct, they do all the technical theater, and all of the acting in this 30-minute variety show that's patterned after Saturday Night Live. Like, it's a hoot. You will cry, you will laugh, it's a packed house. But beginning at 4 years of age, you get really comfortable standing on stage and expressing who you are. And by the time you're 14, I would rival a lot of stand-up comedians with our kids because they are totally comfortable in their own boots. It starts when you are 4 years old and you receive your first mentor. Because here, at any given point as a student, you are either a mentee or a mentor. And your mentor is your first person. They are your guide as you walk through how am I going to navigate this thing called life on a playground. It's an extraordinary experience because every year you get a new mentor. And so for 5 years, you are mentored, and for 5 years, you mentor. Extraordinary one-on-one leadership development skills. The kids have the opportunity to create anything that they choose. Their agency and ownership in this place is second to none.